In the shadows of a forgotten village stood a dilapidated mansion, a relic from a bygone era. The townsfolk whispered about it, sharing tales of the unspeakable horrors that dwelled within. They spoke of a family that once lived there, vanished without a trace one stormy night, leaving the house to rot and fester. The place was cursed, they said, haunted by restless spirits. One fateful night, a young man named Thomas, driven by insatiable curiosity, decided to explore the mansion. The air grew colder with each step he took towards the looming structure. His heart pounded in his chest, a rhythmic drumbeat of fear and excitement. As he pushed open the creaking door, a gust of icy wind greeted him, carrying with it the faint smell of decay. The interior was shrouded in darkness, the beam of his flashlight barely penetrating the thick veil. Cobwebs hung like tattered curtains, and the floorboards groaned under his weight. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the distant sound of dripping water. Thomas ventured deeper into the mansion, his footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Each room he entered seemed more sinister than the last, as if the house itself was watching him, waiting. The portraits on the walls bore expressions of despair, their eyes following him with eerie intensity. He reached the grand staircase, its banister covered in a thick layer of dust. As he ascended, he felt a chill run down his spine, a sensation of being watched. At the top of the stairs, he saw a door slightly ajar, the only room that seemed untouched by time. Pushing it open, Thomas found himself in a child's bedroom. Toys lay scattered on the floor, and a small bed was neatly made. On the nightstand, an old, tattered diary caught his eye. He opened it, revealing pages filled with a child's handwriting. The entries spoke of a girl named Emily, who wrote about her fears of the dark shadows that visited her every night. As Thomas read, a faint whisper filled the room, growing louder with each passing moment. The temperature dropped, his breath visible in the cold air. Suddenly, he felt a presence behind him. Slowly turning, he found himself face to face with a pale figure, a young girl with hollow eyes and a mournful expression. Emily. She reached out to him, her touch cold as ice. Thomas felt an overwhelming sorrow and fear, as if the weight of years of suffering pressed down upon him. The room began to spin, the whispers growing into agonized screams. He tried to escape, but the door slammed shut. The mansion had claimed him, just like it had claimed Emily and her family. The villagers would continue to whisper about the cursed mansion, where the spirits of the lost roamed, forever trapped in their torment.